Thank you, Shona, and thank you for so many people turning up tonight. It truly is wonderful surprise, and I have to say I'm humbled by the volume of people in such good spirits here tonight. Now, I've written a speech which is a first. I got a chance at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and I know that after John Swinney giving one of excellent speeches as usual, I was going to be a tough act to follow. So before I give a speech, I just thought I'd give you a little roundup of where we are in the campaign just now. We only really got going 4 weeks ago, but just to put you in the poll of polls, Stuart Hosey, I hope you're listening, because Dundee East is not top at the moment. We started a poll of polls across the constituencies, 59 in Scotland of course, and the SNP members who are coming out working in the doors, we get a score at the end of the week, who's speaking to the most people. Started 3 weeks ago, and we came not bad at 5th out of 59. And then last week, we broke through and we hit top spot. And this week, we hit top spot again. So I have a little speech here for you, and it's just a few words I'd like to say and what we're doing and where we're going ahead. So firstly, I want to say thank you to all of you, friends, family, neighbours, colleagues, members and non-members, and soon-to-be members, activists and campaigners. I want to thank you for accepting me as your candidate to take the fight to London on your behalf. I also want to thank you for your support, kindness and good advice that many of you have given me over the last few weeks and months, either directly face-to-face or through social media, which many of us communicate with these days and was a big part of the campaign over the last couple of years. I will treat your support with kindness, your dreams and hopes with care and with humility, and I will campaign on your behalf with passion and steely determination. Many of you here tonight are here as members of the party for longer than I, or perhaps you can remember, and other members of you here tonight are here galvanised by the Yes campaign we had over the last 3 years, and a desire to have your voice heard loud and clear in the wake of the referendum. One thing is for sure, we are now together, not only as a political party, but one that is a national movement with over 93,000 members and growing. If this was to be reflected nationally, just to give you a sense of it, there would be 1 million members throughout the UK. Whatever the numbers this national movement is, it's not one that's going away any day soon. So Scotland's voice was heard loud and clear in 2011 by the announcement of the SNP creating a large majority here in the Scottish Parliament, which of course was never meant to happen. It didn't happen in a vacuum, nor indeed in some kind of fluky arithmetical chance. It came out of the hard work and dedication that the SNP government had put into delivering the best outcomes possible for the people of Scotland as a minority government. From this, the referendum was part of that opportunity, and from that, an entire array of voices were heard and were waiting to speak up. From Women for Indy, Business for Scotland, Radical Independence, Wings Over Scotland, there's a few members here, and many other voices and groups, both online as well as offline. I set up the Spirit of Independence, along with a few friends, to campaign through that time, and with a few others, and attempted to reach millions through TV media and national press, as well as the thousands we engaged through film and on the streets as we toured the length and breadth of the country on a trusty 1950s converted Green Goddess fire engine. This is a country in motion, and rapidly engaging and articulating its thoughts, ideas and vision. We became aware of how incredibly wealthy this nation really is, and also acknowledged how few of us really feel or experience that wealth in our everyday lives. And even though the vote didn't go the way all of us would like here to have gone, it came incredibly close. Now we have to accept that, for now at least, till the opportunity comes round again. The dream has not disappeared, and the spirit of our independence and the prize of a better nation has certainly not gone away. Going forward, let's not forget where Dundee was in the referendum. It was right in the front with 57% of the people voting yes. Some of you may be surprised, but I have to say I'm not, as Dundee has a long tradition for standing up and being counted from the early days of trade union and workers' movement in the mills right through to referendum. Where I live off the Perth Road, my neighbour's house was actually burnt down by the suffragettes, so we know how to take some radical action. Now, I'm not suggesting that you send me to London. We've been there before with Guy Fawkes, I'm sure you know about. But if I'm elected to Westminster, I'm going to make sure there's fire in my belly, a loud voice, and a strong fight to hold their feet to the fire for a roasting. to deliver on its promises that they made in September. It is estimated that 25% of the no vote was down to the promise, the vow, and the promise of Home Rule. Now what this means very simply is all powers minus foreign affairs and defence. Only this week the Scottish Liberal Democrat leader, Willie Rennie, just watching a video yesterday, was talking about delivering Home Rule for Scotland. Now let's not be conned for the second time. What we found in recent poll is that 67% of people actually want Devo Max, and that's 67% of the Scottish population. That means everything bar foreign affairs and defence. As someone who wrote a paper for the Smith Commission, and what we saw at the end, it's a far contrast and a very much diluted, watered down effort. Austerity has not only failed to work Biden Osborne's projections, but they plan even more of the painful medicine that apparently we're all in together. Even although it's on the backs of the poor, the tab has been picked up. Labour voted for 30 billion more cuts in January with the Tories, and recently Professor Eileen Henderson's research was that she carried right through the independence movement, was the biggest indicator of why people were switching to yes, was wealth inequality and austerity. This is not the measure of a good and a fair society, and it's not one that any of us should or will accept. The single biggest abomination in our nation has to be the weapons of mass destruction. That's only 30 miles closest to our biggest city in Scotland, and all three parties are seeking to renew them at the cost of over £100 billion and rising. In recent polls in Scotland, 75% opposed the renewal of these, and interestingly, and a figure that came out this week in New Statesman, 75% of new Labour candidates also oppose the renewal of Trident, not to mention 50% of sitting Labour MPs. As a member of CND and with a strong team of SNP MPs in Westminster, we have a real chance of removing them from our shores, and for good, and in doing so free up money for healthcare, education and tackling the causes of poverty. But getting back to Dundee, we're in a position, if we work hard like the early days of a better nation, work together to get our message out there and into every single home in the West constituency, then we can deliver, for the first time since the West constituency was created 65 years ago, an SNP Member of Parliament. Now, I have to say, before they extended the length of pensions, 65 years sounds about the right time to end Labour's position here in Dundee, and for good. This will mark a new era in Dundee. Not only will Dundee be the yes city of Scotland, it will be the first SNP city, where all of its MPs and MSPs will be working hard for Dundee, not to mention, of course, the SNP councillors who are working to deliver real and positive change to the city. This is our hour, and this is your opportunity. And tonight, I, with you, need your help to make this happen. We can complete Dundee's last piece in the jigsaw. And John, you stole those lines off my sheet, I'm sure of it. Now, finally, we are 60 days away from history in the making, and all the polls are showing a national mood for change. But we've been here before, particularly 2 weeks just before the referendum date. Let's not repeat that twice. And let us not let down the people of Dundee who are suffering under the very real and serious austerity cuts. Tonight, I'll be carrying out the auction, just to let you know, and I'll be emptying your pockets. Now, there is no moment to waste. We have a campaign hub that has been set up and needs to be paid for. We've got lots of leaflets going out in the doors just now, and you've heard the results so far. We're at the front, and we want to stay at the front. We want to win this seat, and we want to win this together. I need your help. We all need to help each other, and together we'll help the good people of Dundee West. Thank you.